My name is Pili Galvan, and I would like to introduce you to Grandly, the Strategic Grandparents Club. Last year, I was in Dallas, Texas at a Christian grandparenting conference attended by 1,000 grandparents from all over North America. I was definitely the youngest one there by at least 20 years, and I got asked over and over, "Why are you at a grandparents conference?" People were surprised when I told them that I was the director of Grandly, the Strategic Grandparents Club. Almost every time I got a confused look. So then I went on and explained that Grandly was started by Kairos, a Christian youth work organization. Our mission is to help young people find a relationship with Jesus Christ and to grow up to be adult disciples. We train youth workers, and one day it hit us. Who is in the perfect position to impact the lives of the young? Parents? Certainly. Youth workers? Of course. But what about grandparents? Ask a grandparent, what is your number one concern? Regularly, the answer will be the spiritual welfare of my grandchildren. So let me tell you a story that illustrates why we started Grandly. I know two grandpas. One is constantly thinking about what he can do to help his grandchildren know the Lord. He asks us, when is the next mission trip I can send him on? Or do you have a Bible study I can give to my granddaughter? If you ask his grandson, who has been the biggest influence on your faith? He will say, my granddad. This grandfather is strategic in his use of his time, money, and other resources. The other grandfather recently made a passing comment. I have to buy a birthday card for my granddaughter on my way home. We'll probably put $20 in it this time. She's becoming a teenager. One grandfather is clearly strategic. The other really isn't. Grandly started so we can help grandparents become strategic grandparents, because strategic grandparents can really impact the lives of young people, and making a difference in the spiritual welfare of young people is our primary mission focus. Grandly exists to help grandparents pray, think, and act strategically. One of the articles already posted on our website is about a set of grandparents who pray strategically. They have 5 different clocks on their hallway wall. Why? Because 5 of their grandchildren live in 5 different time zones. This is an example of what we mean by praying strategically. They have a system that they use and that works for them, and it continuously encourages them and motivates them to be praying for the specific needs of each grandchild. Sometimes thinking strategically simply inspires hope. One of our members, a grandmother of 22, wrote an article reflecting on the cathedrals of Europe. Building these beautiful monuments was an act of worship. They wanted to glorify God through architecture. But it couldn't be done overnight, nor even in a lifetime. Some took hundreds of years. The long view was needed. Sometimes this is what we have to remember in working with our grandchildren. It takes patience and perseverance. But most of our stories are about acting strategically, what you can do to make a difference. Recently, I was in Jackson, Michigan, talking about Grandly, and there was this grandfather who stood up and started telling us how he bought some movie tickets to his grandkids and some of their friends. And I thought, where is he going with this? And then he named the movie, God's Not Dead. That was brilliant. These grandkids got from their cool grandpa some movie tickets to go watch God's Not Dead with their friends. What a strategic grandfather. Grandly is a network of grandparents who help grandparents. Through our website, we are setting up a wisdom exchange. Our goal is to support grandparents by providing the resources that they need in order to become strategic grandparents. Grandparents are in the perfect position to reach their grandchildren. They have been there since they were born, and they will be there when they are 7. They will be there when they are 11 and 13 and 22. Who is going to be there every single step of the way? Grandparents. What if every one of these grandparents was a strategic grandparent? Let me say more about how we are doing this. When you go to our website, www.grandly.org, and sign up, you will have access to articles from other grandparents that tell how God has inspired them to impact the lives of their grandchildren. More importantly, every other week you will receive a short email. It won't take more than 2 minutes to read. And what can you expect? To be inspired? Yes. We all need hope, and each of those articles is a little dose of hope. Maybe you need some good ideas. The articles will have ideas that you can simply copy and do. Others will spark a new idea in you. Or maybe you need some simple tools like ways to pray, what to buy a 13-year-old girl for her birthday. Do you know how to use Instagram? It can be a very helpful tool once your grandchildren have a smartphone. The emails will come every 1st and 15th of the month, and they will be a quick reminder for you to think of a simple thing or two that you can do for your grandchildren over the next 2 weeks. Grandly is also an opportunity for you to give. For Grandly to work, we need your help. Obviously, we need grandparents to submit their stories and ideas, but we also need grandparents to help us with transcribing, proofreading, finding good photos, and other things. Maybe you want to join our editing team. We also need people who can run Grandly seminars. You can do it at your home or at your church or with another club you already belong to. It's not hard. We give you everything that you need on our website. Maybe you have a background in advertising. We need help there too. And yes, we need funding. You can donate or even better, become part of our fundraising team online. Allow me to introduce you to a grandfather who has already joined the Grandly team.
Hi, my name is Russ Kogut. I am a member of the Grandly team. I've written one of the articles that you can find on our website. I have 12 grandchildren of my own, and when I first heard about a strategic grandparents club, I thought that's a great idea. I'd like to be involved in that. As grandparents, we can have tremendous influence in the lives of our grandchildren. If we accept the responsibility of that relationship, if we pray, think, and act strategically, we can help them come into their own personal relationship with the Lord. The consequences of that are eternal. We are building a network of grandparents who will motivate and inspire each other. Please join us at www.grandly.org.
Engage with us in a new and exciting mission. We live in a world that needs hope, and Grandly wants to provide that to as many grandparents as possible. We need your help. Other grandparents need your help, and together we can make a difference. If you are going to do grandparenting, do it Grandly.